everyone. Welcome to Thoughts on Education, another episode. Today we have the principal of King's Engineering College, Mr. John Oral Bhaskar. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the session, sir.
Welcome. Thank you.
Sir, you have held key positions at educational institutes throughout your career. So what factors has kept you connected with the education sector?
In fact, I was working in PWD a short period in quad board. But later I found, being in the field and being an engineer, you are just doing some service to the, common man. But what I found, if I can be in teaching, I can produce good engineers who will be able to do what I'm trying to do in the field. And, the future of any country, is in the hands of the common man who are genuinely interested in the well-being of the people around them. And I thought that this teaching profession is something that is really, you can shape the students, you can shape the future of them, and in shaping their future, we are able to, do some contribution for this, our country. This is what I had in mind. And I always, remember that though nowadays things have changed much, but still I believe that this teaching profession is a noble profession where we shape the life of our future generation. So in that way, I have a very longing to be with the students, and I used to maybe now I'm little old, but yearly maybe 10 years before and all. Wherever I have worked as principal, I used to remember all the names of the students. There will be 1,300 students, 1,500 students, but I will remember them, which branch this boy belongs to, he is in which year, what is his credits, whether he is good in sports or in studies, all these things I used to remember. And these students, they will never go beyond what we say. Now what I find, these elders in our, families and all that, they fail in telling this young generation what is right and what is wrong. It is our responsibility to tell this, younger generation which is correct for them to do, which they should not do, which will be beneficial for them in the long run. And all these things we need to tell them. And I think that being in this teaching profession and being in a senior position, I feel that we will try to inculcate this type of, good feelings and good thoughts and good ideas, like being honest, sincere in your job, being straightforward. These things will definitely help our nation and our future generation. So this is why I always like this profession, being with the students and faculty.
Good to know, sir. So, being the principal of what's your philosophy of leadership, and describe your leadership style, sir?
Yeah. See, my leadership skills, I would like to tell you one thing. Whether I deal with my, staff members or HODs, I have a few things in my mind. Say, be impartial. Treat everyone equal, irrespective of, whatever background they come from. And try to help them in whatever way they would like to come up. Some of them will be interested in research. Some of them will be interested in monitoring the students. Some of them will be very much interested in teaching. Some of them will be interested in making the things like, say, for example, being a coordinator for the NAC accreditation or an NBA accreditation. They'll be able to do all that paperwork and all these sort of things. And some faculty I have found they are very much interested to take the students to the field, help them in their sports activities, in their extracurricular activities and co-curricular with paper presentation and all these sort of things. So we would like to identify the faculty what type of talents they have and try to encourage them to do that. If they are able to organize one seminar, we will tell them, okay, try to conduct another seminar the coming semester. So like that, we will try to be with them, and this has given me a good impression. And I find that many of the faculties who have worked with me in many different colleges, they have a real good regard for me because of this.
That's good to know, sir. To be impartial, that's a great leadership style, sir. Sir, could you tell us more about the key programs and how do you plan to strategize, sir?
Programs in our college?
Yes, sir.
See, actually, this college was started in the year 2001. And when it was started, they started with mechanical engineering, then computer science, and ECE. Later, we added IT department. And by 2000, I think 17 or 18, we had this ME course in computer science and engineering. Now the present batch of first years, they are going to the second year. That means that's 2 years before. We got 2 new courses. One is BE in robotics and automation, and BTech in biomedical engineering. So these are the courses which we have now. And this year we have applied for a new course that is artificial intelligence and data science. So that we have asked from the AICTE, and we have loaded those data which we need to be uploaded, and we asked that from the Anna University also. And Anna University has already sent a circular or a letter to us stating that they will be visiting our campus in another 15 or 20 days, and we should be ready for their inspection, and we are getting things ready, and we are getting ready for their inspection. So I believe that by God's grace, we will be able to get artificial intelligence and data science by this new academic year, that is 2021-22 onwards we will be having. And our college is also accredited by NAC. We have already got accredited in the year 2016, and now we are again working on NAC. We would like to improve the score which we have got earlier. So that work is also going on. And recently we received information from NAC also. So they have asked us to give us the time when the peer committee will visit our campus. So we are working on that. Maybe if everything goes on well, maybe by the month of May or so, they will be visiting our campus. The peer team will come from NAC to see our campus, the infrastructure and the facilities which we have. And they will accord this, their NAC accreditation for our college. Apart from this NAC accreditation, our college has got also the NBA for 2 departments, that is ECE and computer science. For these 2, we have already got NBA accreditation. And now we are in the process of applying for NBA accreditation for mechanical engineering as well as for information and technology, that branch also. So that is also, we are working on that. Maybe as we we can submit this application around the year. Anytime we can submit. So we are working on that. Maybe shortly, we will be maybe in the month of May or so, we will be able to submit those documents to the NBA accreditation board, and I think they will also visit our campus, and we will get accreditation for these 2 courses from the NBA also. So this is what we are working on that. So we have got good students. What I would say, I recently joined this institution. Maybe 1 year I have crossed. And I find our students, they are very obedient. Now they are very receptive to what we say. And as I mentioned earlier, we as senior members in society should tell these children whatever is good for them, and we try to give them the quality education. So that is our lookout. And our college from the beginning has been working to help the downtrodden students who are economically poor. So we are working on that, and many students, we have our own way of giving scholarships to the students. And from Tuticorin, we are bringing students to our campus. And every year, about 50 or 60 students join our institution from Tuticorin, that district. And most of them, they come under 100%, fees waiver. So they stay in the hostel, their food is free, and their, tuition fees is free. And like that, many students have passed out from our institution also. They were all in very key positions. And, our college is helping the downtrodden students also. So these are some of the things which we are doing. And as you will be knowing, we are following the Anna University syllabus. Now, because of the COVID situation, we are having online classes going on every day. And from 16th of, March last year, we closed the hostel. We sent all the students as per the direction of the government of Tamil Nadu and from Anna University. And then, we have the lockdown of more than 2 months. We were all asked to stay at home, not to come outside of our house because of the COVID situation. And even during that time, we started working on, how to help our students, and online classes were started and it was going on regularly. Even the present first year students, we have got about, there are around 400 students have joined our college this year. And for them also, we are conducting regularly online classes. So everything is going on fine.
Great to know that, sir. Sir, the education system in India and other foreign countries are structured very differently. In your college, what an inbound student can gain by studying, sir?
Regarding their education.
Yes, sir. How welcoming
Okay.
is King's Engineering College to a student who is from abroad, sir?
No, I couldn't hear you properly. Can you be a little louder?
Yeah. So what an inbound student can gain from studying at King's Engineering College?
That is what you're asking. You're asking what they are benefited, in what way they are benefited.
Yes,
Okay.
being the education.
Actually, three things we are trying to give to the students. Number one, as I mentioned to you in the beginning, we want to give good discipline for the students. They should be able to know what I would say, respect the elders, that type of things. Number one. Number two, we are giving quality education. We do not leave our students free. We do not allow them to go around chit-chatting and all that. We engage them all the class hours as well as the laboratory hours. So secondly, we are concentrating on helping the student to come up in his life academically. He should get good marks. This is what we have in mind. Say, for example, we find some students who are slow learners, who are not able to catch up fast, especially in Anna University, where they find the difficulty is, the students, they find, in mathematics, they find the difficulty. That is what we see. Because they find that they are not able to understand the concepts, So what we do, we conduct extra tutorial classes for such students who are slow learners. And in case they are not still continue to able to improve, we will be conducting them evening classes also for such students, so that we will give them more practice on those subjects, those problems. We will give time for the students to solve the problems by themselves, so that they learn by that. Of course, we will help them. We will help them how to solve them. So this is one thing. Second thing, so what we are looking at, when the Anna University is going to declare the academic result of the students, we want our students, majority of them, to score high marks and pass in their respective subjects. This is the second thing which we would like to concentrate, give our students. The third thing, all said and done, the boy is with us or the girl is with us for a period of 4 years, and when they go out, they should go with a job. Without they going out without a job, we find that their stay in 4 hours is not correct. So what we look at, we organize, different, placement drives and things like that. And during this year also, already about 100 students are already placed in good companies. And we are working on the remaining about 100 students. So in the final year, we are having up 200 students. So we are working on that also. We are working on that, and what we look at is these three things. One is discipline, second is good academic result, and third is good placement. They should be placed in good companies. So these are the things the students who walk into our campus will be able to take away. They will have a job, they will have good academic results, they will have good credentials, maybe their CGPA will be good, and they will respect and they will be a good citizens in our country. This is what we are looking at.
Okay, sir. So my next question is, currently there is a huge competition out there in the world, sir. So how does the curriculum at King's Engineering College ensure the best practice of industry?
Yeah, what you are looking at, whether the student, once he passes out, he will be employable. This is what is your question.
Yes.
See, our management, they are very keen in giving, along with the Anna University syllabus, we should give a particular skill for our students. This is what our management, they repeatedly tell us. So we look at our students and we are conducting some value-added courses in all the departments. Say, for example, if you take mechanical engineering, we are trying to give them some CAD/CAM exposure extra from the regular syllabus. So a student who passes out from our college will be good in CAD/CAM, and he will be able to be absorbed by such companies. Similarly, for a student who is coming out from ECE or IT, we are giving them rigorous training on programming skills. So any company which is looking out for a person who is good in programming skills, like Java or C# and all these things, our students will heavily fit in. So that is what we are trying to give And I think we have achieved to some extent in this, giving good placement for our students in spite of the severe competition. And we will continue to do that. And our aim is 100% placement. They should be all get placed in a very good, decent company, getting a handsome salary. So this is what we are looking at that, and I think we will be able to achieve that shortly.
Okay, sir. So what do you think is the college's priorities for the next year, next 10 years? What is your vision for the college for the next upcoming years?
Next 10 years. Okay, as I mentioned, we are expecting our NAC team, and we are going for the NBA accreditation. So we will be a very well accredited institution maybe in another year or so. Next, what we are looking at, we want to make our college to become an autonomous institution. So we are working on that. And once we are eligible for applying for autonomous, immediately our management will say okay, and then we will go for applying for autonomous institution. And once we become an autonomous institution, maybe after a few years, we would like to upgrade our college as a university. Like many, deemed to be universities are there in our, Tamil Nadu state. Our college also, our vision is that we should make it as upgrade as a university. That is what we are working on that. And our management also has got plans to start an arts and science college very close to our premises. And I think we will be able to achieve all these things in the coming years. So this is maybe 10 years, it will not take. That's what I'm looking at. Maybe in another 5 or 6 years, we will be able to achieve what all we have in our mind.
So what are some of the biggest challenges you see for higher education in general and also for King's Engineering College specifically?
What are the challenges?
Yes.
Yeah, challenges, previously people, they were getting, good jobs abroad, especially in the IT industry. But now it is little down. So that is the main reason. And what I'm saying, if you give quality education, our students, they can go attend an interview and get a job. Only thing is, some of them, they are not having the confidence. If I go for an interview, whether I'll be selected or not. So the confidence we have to give to our students. Once we give a confidence that you can do well, you are second to none, you will be able to achieve. You have your, so for that only, they should be sound in academics, and they should be sound in interpersonal skills, their soft skills and all these things. And for that, we have trainers in our college, actually. We have a soft skill trainer full-time, and we have a, aptitude trainer also in our college. And these people, they continuously take classes for them. So for example, if there is a TCS interview after 1 week, they start them, about 15 days earlier itself, they start, company-oriented coaching is given. What type of questions will come in TCS? So how they should answer, how they should be able to complete the paper quickly. So all these training is given to all of our students. So I think they will be having an edge over all others, and our students will be able to really do much better in the interview and in the, they may be having a good future. This is what I do.
So could you light on extracurricular and co-curricular activities that you encourage your students to take up? So.
Yeah. See, extracurricular activities, actually, we help our students. We have a very good playground. They can play football, they can play cricket, they can play volleyball, they can have, what I would say, handball for girls. So all these things we have. And indoor, we have a full-fledged, what I would say, gym. Totally, Akka gym is there. As you will see in any health center, some people are doing, they go there, they do exercise on the treadmill and so many weight and, bench press and all the day. The whole thing is in our campus. So those students who are staying in the, hostels, they are utilizing that. Now the students are not in the hostel because of the COVID situation. But otherwise, when they are here, previous years, these students were very much, involved in all these things, activities. And we encourage them. We have a separate physical director to train them in all these activities. And for even last year, when we had this annual day celebration, for your information, I would like to say that we invited Mr. Suresh Raina, our cricket player. And he came and he was there. He inaugurated a cricket, academy in our campus. And he actually, it was an annual day celebration, something like that. And our students, they were very much, enthusiastic about him coming to our campus and being with them and talking to them. And we also welcomed some of the school children who are near our college, so that they will have an opportunity to see an international figure like Mr. Suresh Raina. So these children came, they had an opportunity to interact with him, and he answered some of their questions and things like that. So we are, really interested in, helping the students in our sports and games. And I was told previously, before I come and joining here, we have organized a Kabaddi tournament, which is sponsored by the Anna University, and some people are given some medal and certificates and things like that. And in co-curricular activities, we encourage our students to participate in conferences. Recently we conducted one international conference, and where our students also, they came forward in submitting some papers. And we are now working on that, whether we can put these papers in, peer journals like, Scopus journals or Elsevier journals. We are working on that. And maybe we will be able to achieve some of these papers which are presented in our international conference to be submitted in such journals. So we encourage both co-curricular and extracurricular.
Okay, sir. Last question would be, sir, any suggestions you would like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students? Your advice.
Advice for the students.
Yes.
I would suggest, this engineering college admission, nowadays, it is going in a different aspect. But still, all said and done, if a student is able to walk into an engineering college, it is a great thing for that boy or girl. Definitely, no doubt about it. And the syllabus and the coaching and the things that we actually give in our college or in any institution which are really committed to give good education to the students is really fantastic. And people in Tamil Nadu, in many colleges and universities, I know, and including our college, we are, really taking care of our children, and, good education has been given to all of them. There is no doubt about it. But, one thing, the students, they should realize, see, getting an admission in an engineering college is a great thing, and their future will be totally different. They should first understand that. See, many students, they think if I go to an arts college, that is subjects to study is less, I can easily get good marks, so I can go to an arts college or something like that. They are taking, some of the students. But when you put yourself to more, in-depth study when you are young, it is a great advantage. So that is what these engineering colleges are providing. And the younger generation should not hesitate to take up engineering education. And, if you look around and see, all things, whatever that we are using, everything is created by engineers. It may be your cell phone, it may be your fan, it may be your fridge, or anything, whatever it is. All electronic gadgets, everything, whatever it is coming. So the advancement of, engineering and science in any institution or in any country is going to be a great advantage. So I remember one thing, John F. Kennedy, the President of America, once said, he was the president in the 1960s. He said America is a superpower not because of the natural resources. They had natural resources in America. But what he said is, our people are highly qualified. Our people are good, innovative people we have. That is the main reason why we are being a superpower. So a country's growth is definitely depends very much on the engineers and scientists who are going to come out. So here coming into our, this engineering education, the younger generation should not hesitate. They should not be afraid of studying more formulas, more equations, more times with their books. They should not be afraid. They should take it as a challenge, take it as an opportunity given to them to come up in life. And the more they spend time with their books and with their, subjects, definitely their future will be extremely fine. Then the sky is the limit. They can have a very, very wonderful life, wonderful future. Usually we tell the students like this, 4 years, you slog on, you go through all these problems, but later 40 years, you can be in a key position, you will have more, handsome salary, Now you can, the way you take up you and your family will be totally different and it will be beneficial to them. So that's how we tell them, and this younger generation to take it up as a challenge, get into the college like ours, and try to come up in life. That is my advice to the younger generation, especially who are put up in the 11th and 12th standards.
That's great to know, sir. Thank you so much for giving your time, sir. It was a pleasure taking your interview for Thoughts on Education.
Thank you.